Hello everyone, welcome you all in this session. Myself, Assistant Professor Ripal Gupta from LJ School of Law. So today we are going to discuss on the subject of rehabilitation of criminals, and in which we are going to discuss about the constitutional provisions for the rehabilitation of criminals. So today we'll discuss about the constitutional provisions of the rehabilitation of criminals, in which the president has power to give pardon to the offenders in certain offences if they are asking for the mercy petition from the president. So they have the power in their hand to give pardoning to the offenders. So in this Article 72 empowers the president with the power of pardons to the criminals or the offenders. So this particular article empowers presidents to pardons, reprieves, respites, or the remission of the punishment in all cases where the punishment is there in any statute of the land. So here, for any kind of punishment, these powers are lies in the hands of president. Apart from these powers, it has also powers also available against the court martial and the sentence of death. Now we'll see the meaning of every word that the powers are in the hands of president. So first is pardon. That means they have the complete power to give pardon. That means that person will be relieved from his punishment. Second is reprieve. That means the temporary suspension of that punishment which has been given to him. So he gave him temporary suspension from that punishment. Then respite. Respite means awarding less punishment whichever is has been given to that offender. He will declare the lesser punishment than this. Then remission, it means reducing amount of sentence. So again that amount of sentence will be reduced by the president. The last is commutation of punishment, that is changing one punishment to the another, that is the changing the form of punishment from the rigorous life imprisonment to the simple imprisonment for the life. So these are the powers are in the hands of the president. So now we'll discuss this article have some dispute in the judiciary because it's a extreme powers in the hands of president where he can even change the punishment given by the judiciary. So Supreme Court in the case of Maru Ram vs. Union of India asked the question whether this Article 72 has any guidelines under which guidelines can president entertain or function on this power. So he said better to have some guidelines on this functioning part of the president's power, that on what lines, on which powers, under which guidelines he is giving pardoning or remission or respite to any offenders. There must be some guidelines. He asked the legislature that provide us certain guidelines so that we can, because after this pardoning power you may have this appeal in the Supreme Court. So Supreme Court can judge on which guideline, following it, which guideline this president has used his power to on any offender's punishment. So in this case, they asked the guidelines for these powers of the president. So same like president, the governor has also power, the pardoning power to the offenders in their own state. So this part's defined in Article 161. It's the same like this powers lies with the hands of president. The same power has been given to the governor under Article 161. So again the question related to this power has been raised in the case of Dhananjay Chatterjee, that is Dhanna versus State of West Bengal. The Supreme Court again said that the Article 72 and 161 will not give or empower the full power in the hands of president and governor, but they have to exercise this power with the guidance of that government. They alone cannot take the decision of pardoning powers, but they have to discuss that issue with the relevant government, and then they can take a decision of pardoning power. And after so much disputes between the power of the president and governor, the Supreme Court has given a very landmark judgment in the case of Ipuru Sudhakar's government of Andhra Pradesh and others. In this case, Supreme Court says that even this power of president and governor is under the judicial review. So even if they have pardoned any person from his punishment, that can be reviewed by the Supreme Court whether that power has been entertained by them under the proper law or not, under the proper, if he has had that taken in some this beyond this power or not under the eyes of law, then this can be reviewed by the judiciary. So in this case, it has been said that even this privilege or the power of the president governor can be comes under the judicial review, because it is a punishment, and then they have to see that they have the power used in a very fair manner. So for that, even Supreme Court has power to take judicial review of the pardoning power. So this is a very landmark judgment in the eyes of law, where they settled that even the president does not have full power, in absolute power in their hand on the pardoning power. This has again a judiciary limitation, where judiciary can take a review of its power. So as we have discussed earlier, that yes, governor also has the power in the hands of him as pardoning power. So in Article 161, the governor of the state has power to grant pardons, reprieves, respites, or remission of the punishment, or to suspend any punishment. So again, same powers that are in the hands of the president, the same has been given to the governors, but only one exception is there, that governor cannot have the power to lessen the punishment for death penalty. He cannot enter any matter when death penalty is given to any offender. This power exclusively lies in the hands of president only. Only president can give the pardoning on the death punishment. So this is only a president power in the case of death penalty. Apart from that, any punishment given by the judiciary that can be filed in the governor or to the president, and if they finds it, they can pardon any offenders. But again, this all comes under the judicial review. Now again, very important case, in the case of KM Nanavati State of Bombay. Here the Supreme Court discussed about the powers of the governor, when they can entertain this power. In this case, this case was going on pending before the Supreme Court, and though the governor used its own power, and then he just changed the provision of this sentence, and he just shifted that case to another court. So this has been declared as void by the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said that the governor cannot use his pardoning power when the matter is pending before Supreme Court. After the judgment, you can use your pardoning power. Before that, you cannot use. So this pardoning power cannot be used when the matter is going on or in the court, or it is pending before the Supreme Court. Till then, the governor cannot use its own power. After the judgment, yes, they have the power of pardoning, but before that they cannot. So today we have discussed about the rehabilitation of criminals constitutional provisions. Here in this constitutional provision, you can see that the president and governor has power to give pardons to the offenders if they think that they should give a chance to change their life. They have some power in their hands to suspend their imprisonment, to give them full pardon, to commute their imprisonment, or to lesser their punishment. So this is again a constitutional provisions where the offenders can get lesser punishment if the governor or the president thinks fit. But again, it is not an absolute right or the power in the hands of president and governor. It has a judicial review power in the hands of Supreme Court. So this is again a limited power where the judiciary has the power to review their decisions. Thank you.